Well, they've released that thing that Nottingham is the most dangerous place to live in England. Well, they think it was Nottingham. There was someone being mugged in front of the sign. But it's just ridiculous because they said, like, Nottingham's the most for gun crime, and if you live in Leicester, you're more likely to get sexually assaulted. Now, I've seen the people of Leicester, and if I got sexually assaulted, I probably would move to Nottingham and hope to get shot. Southend, I don't know if anyone's been to Southend, but that's the safest, isn't it? And I think that's Essex. I'm thinking that's full of criminals. So obviously these criminals are commuting, aren't they? To Nottingham, bang, bang, then coming back to Southend, and then when the police come along, it's like that scene from Bugsy Malone, where all the tables turn over. Hey, what crime? You know what I mean?
Alan, I can tell you that's not in our top 5. This is the story that a new study has shown Nottingham to be the most crime-ridden place in the country. You know what Nottingham needs? A sheriff. OK, Sean, David and Ruth, what else have the nation been talking about this week?
Well, there's a big debate about whether the NHS should fund alternative therapies. Crystals and healing massages, or sort of, I don't know what they do. I don't know what that is. But,
reflexology.
Reflexology and stuff like that.
Somebody's got the choice of having something that may make you better or is going to completely cure you. Which one would you choose?
Well, I think the thing is, if it's alternative therapy and they do it for you, you should be allowed to pay them with alternative money. Buttons.
Yeah. All I know is if I'm in an accident, I want to hear a siren, not wind chimes. I want to go to a hospital, not a bleeding wigwam.
I mean, a lot of it is rubbish. Look at that aromatherapy. It is rubbish. When you smell something, it makes you feel better. Now, my brother does that, but he does it with glue.
Reflexology's a load of rubbish. I'm not sure
no, it's great. I got pregnant through reflexology.
Oh, that wasn't reflexology.
That guy should be struck off.
That'll be the Home Office thing, hasn't it?
I mean, there's been so many things going wrong, hasn't there? And, like, the Home Secretary's never, like... They're not admitting it's their problem. They keep blaming the Home Secretary before them, going, well, that's what happens when you let David Blunkett do the filing.
There's to talk about immigration minister said he didn't know how many illegal immigrants are in the country. Yeah, she said, I haven't got a clue. You think, well, obviously, because they're illegal.
Yeah. No one knows.
How are you going to find out? You're going to just go into the room and go, would all the illegal immigrants stand over there? Right, there's none in here, Sarge.
We sort of think it might be the Eurovision Song Contest. Because it's not really political now, it just means nothing, does it? They just vote for each other, don't they? Did you see the band that won?
I've got a still of Lordy.
You see underneath their masks, it's the Nolans.
I wasn't even watching Eurovision. I was channel hopping and I clicked on it and I thought Leah's family from Big Brother had got a karaoke machine.
The thing that Dave said about the political thing, Terry Wogan was going on about that. He's saying the Balkan states all vote for each other and it's all political now.
It does every year.
Yeah, but I don't understand that. Are you really saying, right, that if Serbia are about to invade Croatia again and their armies are massed on the borders, someone's going to go, no, hold on a minute, they gave Boo Banga Bing Bong 12 points. Come on, lay down your arms.
Yeah, they're going on, oh, we gave Turkey 2 points, but they gave us bird flu, so do you know what I mean? It's like...
Those guys, everyone's saying that they wear masks and they'll be very... Because a lot of people have worn masks and got very successful, like Kiss and Slipknot and Mick Hucknall.
Yeah.
He had a fat suit as well, so it worked for him. But I thought maybe they didn't wear masks, they're finished. Maybe they left the sauna on full.
72% of women base everyday decisions on what?
Alcohol. Always. It works for me.
And you've made some great decisions.
Yes.
70% of women base everyday decisions on whatever pops in their pretty little heads.
Come on, Ruth, how do you base your decisions?
The mood of the day.
Was you in a mood when you came up with that murder mystery theme? Because that was
It's something that ladies do while they sleep.
Dreams.
Yes, 72% of women base everyday decisions on their dreams. OK, here's your next one. 90% of Brits say the high street is overrun by what?
Is it those people, like, you're walking along, you feel really good? Excuse me, have you had an accident? And you're like, no, I always look like this. And,
Is it all people? Market day in Charlotte's like Cocoon. There's thousands of them. Why do they give them a heating allowance? They're never in.
Is it dog Cafe Nero's?
Starbucks.
It's retail related.
Is it Boots?
I love Boots.
I always say like, Boots! I like to say that. I say, oh, Boot, well, I say, you write it that big. I'll say it that big. I say, is this Boots? He said, look, you upset the customers. You know what I mean? Make it smaller, I'll say it smaller. Come on.
Chain stores.
Correct. OK, 75% of duck hunters say duck hunting is what?
Something they have to say very carefully.
It's dogging with a gun. Well, you think about it, you're foraging around in the bush and then the police are there. What do you say? I was hunting ducks.
It's very easy to hunt ducks in this country because if you think most of them are fed on bread, aren't they? So they're all heavily constipated. There's a duck in my local park, honestly, he's like a space hopper. He's just a bit of beak, like that, and he's just more, he's going, He can't get over to Duck Island. Do you know where they live? In the middle of the pond. They live on Duck Island.
Is that what it's called?
He lives on Duck Island.
All the ducks.
In a fairy tale?
No. Every park has got a pond, doesn't it? And there's an island in the middle of it where all the ducks live, and the humans aren't allowed there. We handed it over to the ducks in about 1826. And the ducks have all their own laws. They can hang ducks there and everything they want. You ever had a real good look in the Duck Island? It's disgusting what goes on there.
They're like animals.
Yeah. But a lot of ducks are heavily constipated.
That's not exactly what I have on the card.
Oh, really?
It's about how the ducks might feel.
Oh, it's painless. It's not cruel.
I'm going to give you that. That is near enough, yes. Yes, 75% of duck hunters say duck hunting is not stressful for ducks. I don't know how duck hunters sleep at night. Oh, hang on, I do. On lovely downy pillows. The average woman laughs 100 times a day. The average man laughs only 50 times a day. What do you think? Is that true or false?
I think the average woman is laughing maybe twice as much since the latest divorce settlement laws, yes. I think that could be quite true.
Let's hope so, because I'm going through a divorce.
You're going through a divorce?
I am.
Has he got lots of money?
No.
Are you laughing more since you got divorced or less?
Yeah, I'm laughing.
You're happy?
Twice as much.
Who's got more money?
What's
Him or you?
Hang
no,
on.
well, I'm going through one too.
Calm down.
Are you having one as well?
Mine's nearly through.
Which one's that with?
You two just go.
Turned to a really catty loose women, hasn't it? So well.
Ruth, can I tell you a real thing that they've missed out on this poll programme? It's a real poll. It was in the UK Jewish News, right? And I was voted the 6th most sexy Jew in the world, right? Number 5 was Alan Sugar. A man who looks like a crumpled tea bag.
OK, Ruth, if you had to choose between Alan Sugar and David Baddiel, who would you go with?
Alan Sugar.
You're fired.
The average woman laughs 100 times a day. How do you measure a laugh? 100 times a day, it's a lot, isn't it?
Could be one laugh.
What is one laugh? Is that her? Is that a laugh? Or if I go, ha, 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 ha,
Yeah.
ha. Does that count as 1 or 7? You can do quite a deep laugh, can't you, Alan?
Yeah.
That's what he uses in dark clubs. That's the voice.
Oh, my God, it's you! Oh, no.
The man on the roof. He was escaped from the police, and they trapped him in an alleyway or something, and he got onto the roof, and that was it, stalemate. And he was on the roof for about 12 hours, and they sent him up some lunch, some KFC, and people thought it was outrageous that police would spend taxpayers' money on KFC.
Do you want to have a look at the picture of this guy?
It's not actually very good publicity for Nike, is it? Because they probably airbrushed that brick out and put a javelin in there.
How long do you think they were planning to keep him up there?
But he was up there chucking tiles.
Yeah, he was chucking bricks off the roof.
Yeah, he was chucking all the tiles off there, so definition, it wasn't going to be that long a sitting before he ran out of a roof.
I'm very concerned about the media coverage on this, because essentially what the story is saying, that if you want to take a black man down off the roof, just send him up a bucket of chicken.
Right, that's your answer. Let's have a look and see whether it's one of the top 5 talked about things this week. Yes, it is. Yes, This is the story of a suspected car thief who bombarded police with bricks from a rooftop and was given a KFC meal by officers. One onlooker said, and this is a genuine quote from the Sun newspaper, "It's disgraceful. Some innocent people are starving while this chap is being served like a king." Is that the King of Peckham, is it? OK, Dave, what do you think the nation should be talking about this week?
It's got to be the World Cup. It's started today.
I think there's one thing that the Sun has been really harassing, almost bullying people into having England flags. Like, if you haven't got an England flag, you're some kind of illegal, immigrant, treasonous, psycho-terrorist nutter, because you're not going...
Or Scottish.
Yeah. But it's got a bit out of hand, because like, I was at traffic lights the other day, and this bloke pulled up next to me and had England flags. He said, "Where's your England flag?" And I said, "Look, mate, I don't need an England flag. I drive a Rover." It comes bottom in every What Car poll for handling, safety, economy, comfort. It's shit. I still bought it. Stick your flag up your arse. That's his patriotism.
I'm gonna enjoy the World Cup. I'm gonna pay attention to it in a way I never have before. See, the thing is, America loves it when you win. But what's great about here, a few weeks ago I was walking past the pub and there's a bunch of people celebrating. So I poked in to see what was happening, and dude told me they were celebrating the West Ham game. And I said, "Oh, they won." He said, "No, they lost, but they played well." And also, two teams can play and draw here, and people will still can possibly be happy about that. In America, that's just two teams that didn't win. So I'm learning more about the culture, and what y'all see is good enough for victory or near enough. I'm looking forward to that.
72% of Americans believe that in a war with creatures from another planet, America would triumph. True or false?
Independence Day, America won.
Yeah.
War of the Worlds, America won.
Yeah.
Planet of the Apes, America didn't win. So I think if those documentaries are anything to go by, then 2 out of 3 sounds
you know my
plausible.
problem with Independence Day?
What?
They won with a laptop, yeah?
Yeah.
They managed to hack into the alien computer and bring down the spacecraft. I can't get my laptop to interface with the printer. Good luck with finding a SCART league for the ball.
My problem with War of the Worlds was there was no way to stop these aliens, and then suddenly they all just get a cold and they die.
That's the only way you beat them, though, isn't it? Like, in the Triffids, they don't use conventional weapons, it's seawater. And I think the way to obviously beat aliens isn't with, like, normal weapons, is when they come down, it's on a lovely big buffet, right? It's all dodgy prawns, mussels that haven't opened properly, put a bit of chilli in the tiramisu.
I think it's true. I think it's terrifying, but it's true.
I think the
Sorry,
alarming thing
Peter,
about
can I just clarify? Aliens are not coming, they're not on their way. It's just a story. It's like, it's like a what if.
Oh, I see.
It seems like another one of them factoids that points to how dumb Americans are, which I don't have no problem with. 72% of Americans believe that they win in a war against an alien race. What it doesn't say is that 72% of British people believe that a draw would be good enough.
Sean, what do you think, true or false?
What you're saying is, are Americans thick? Yes, they are. Thick as pig.
Reg?
I hate being put in a position to defend America, so I won't.
55% of women say they've asked a man to dance to try and work out if he'd be good in bed. True or false?
I think it's false. 2 words, Michael Flatley. He can dance, he'd be in bed, wouldn't he?
Why?
He never uses his arms, does he? So there'd be no foreplay, then he'd kick the out of you, wouldn't he?
Do you think it's true? Have you ever pulled anyone who's a good dancer?
No. But I do think if they're a good dancer, they can move their hips. Yeah, I reckon it. Oh, Jimmy, that's so horribly frightening.
Why do you pull your face, though?
You dance more like you've been hung on some railings, right?
Yeah, I do, ladies.
It's Virgil from Thunderbirds at a party, relaxing after they've saved the world.
I sit down and I'm brilliant. And the second I get up...
People think you're allergic to music, don't they? You're so bad. He's got a music allergy. Turn it off!
What are you going to go for?
I think it's true.
True,
I think,
I do.
well, men can't dance, generally speaking, and women judges are men anyway, so...
Well, I can tell you that the answer is true. Yes, 55% of women have asked a man to dance to try and work out if he's good in bed. To be fair, dancing is a good indicator. I tend to dance for about 10 seconds and then I have a bit of a cry. Britain's top con.
Crisps. Crisps, the biggest con ever. If you compare the actual weight ratio to cost of actual potato you get in a bag of crisps, it's disgraceful. In an average bag of crisps, there isn't even a quarter of a effing potato in there. Yet they managed to charge upwards of 45 to 50 pence for a bag of them. It's an absolute disgrace. It's a scandal. It's been going on for years. It's got to stop. I don't mind when they make a bit of an effort. They turn them into shapes like Monster Munch. Fair enough. You get away with that. You've done some work. Charge me a bit more. But you've sliced a potato, you've fried it, you've put it in a bag. It should cost about 3p.
Is it Kinder Surprise? It's a top con, that, isn't it? It's not a surprise, it's a plastic toy, you know what it's going to be. If it was a mouse's head, that would be a surprise, wouldn't it?
No, then it would be called Kinder Shock.
Top con.
Is it those phone lines that when you phone you up they say you've won a holiday? And you're not...
No, it's the ones you ring up for sex.
Oh.
You are both right.
Oh.
But you got it first, so you get the point.
Woo!
Britain's top con is premium rate phone lines. Most embarrassing thing that can happen to a man on a night out.
Being with your friend in your flat, just kicking it, deciding to just eat a few aspirin, then 300 police officers kick the door in, and then they shoot your friend, and then you feel bad because your neighbor up the street is being bad and throwing stuff at people, but they gave him a piece of chicken.
I had a very embarrassing thing. I was in a restaurant once. I was on my own, and there's two women. They kept looking across at me. And after a while, about 4 or 5 times, I went, hi, like that. And they went... and they went, huh. And then I looked round, I realised there was a menu board above my head.
I've done that.
Oh, it's not me. It's horrible.
Is it having your flies undone?
Yes, correct answer. Yes, according to this survey, the most embarrassing thing that can happen to a man on a night out is leaving his flies undone. On the plus side, though, you do get your own seat on the bus. Don't you, Johnny? Our next round is face-off. We've got 6 well-known Big Brother contestants here in the studio. Nadia, Jade, Shabazz, Eugene, Jane and Mikey. OK. We asked the public which of these housemates would make the best James Bond.
Nadia, master of disguise.
You know, I have to say, my dream come true would be to be a baddie in a James Bond movie, so I can take it. I would love to be.
Octopussy. Octococky.
What about Jade in Doctor No Idea?
Yeah. Eugene's your gadget man, isn't he?
Now, Eugene's Q. He's not Bond.
Oh, yeah, yeah. He'd be like, see this? It looks like a machine gun, but actually, it's a radio.
This is an atomic watch, but when you turn it off, it tells the time.
Yeah.
What's your favourite Bond gadget, Eugene?
I seem to remember there was the watch, as you said, the watch, which had all the gadgets in it, and it had the bomb in it.
Jesus Christ.
What are you going to go for, Dave?
Let's go Jane. Well, there's only one who looks a bit like a James Bond, isn't there? Mikey looks like James Bond, doesn't he?
Yeah.
You're going with Mikey. OK,
yeah.
Who would you go with?
We'd go for Eugene, I think, Jimmy. I think he would make a less than adequate Bond, which is the best that we can hope for.
Would you kill for your country?
Yeah.
I would. The only problem is I'd probably be late.
Why would you be late?
My timekeeping's appalling.
You've got an atomic watch, man!
Well, I can tell you that you're right. The housemate people thought would make the best Bond is Eugene. We asked the public, which of these housemates would you most like to go on holiday with? Who do you think, out of that motley crew, got the most votes?
Surely there should be a like, prefix that, like, if you had to. I'd like to see how Shabazz reacts to turbulence in flight.
Jade, where's your favourite holiday destination?
Dubai.
Where?
Dubai.
Where's that?
I don't know.
It's nice though, is it?
Yeah. I just go to these places. At the end of the day, I don't want to be a geography teacher, so I don't have to know.
Quite right.
It's such a great shame you don't want to be a geography teacher, though, because children are missing out on what would be a hilarious education.
Eugene, have you ever been to Vegas?
Vegas?
Las Vegas.
Yeah, no.
OK. Have you seen the film Rain Man?
Yes.
OK. I think we could make a lot of money.
OK, which housemate would you most likely go on holiday with?
Jade and Jane as well.
So you, Jade and Jane, on holiday together?
Oh, yeah.
That is a Channel 5 programme, and you know it.
What would we call it, though? Armageddon? Well, I'm going to force you to guess now.
Jade.
You're going to go for Jade, are you?
Yeah.
Dave's team?
Well, if it was Safari, Shabazz, that'd be a laugh.
Look at the lion! Look at the lion! I'm going to hide its food!
Yeah, you do that.
He is his food.
Nadia.
You'd like to go on holiday with Nadia?
Yeah, I could borrow her shoes.
Ah.
Shoes.
You'd like to go on holiday with Nadia?
No,
Simply
I
because
said
she's sitting next to Mikey.
I've been on holiday with Mikey, you see. I went on the weekend, so yeah.
Who for? Hello or OK?
Seriously, though, who for?
No one, for myself. And him.
What's the point of that? You had a photographer with you?
No.
What's the point of that?
OK, go on. What's your final guess?
Shabazz.
You're going to go for Shabazz.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you that Shabazz, 8% of the public wanted to go on holiday with Shabazz. Or more accurately, filled out the form incorrectly. The top answer was Jade, so you get the points. 35% of the population want to go on holiday with Jade. Jade recently said, I'm sick of the paparazzi, so she's having a deep pan ham and pineapple instead. The next round is Believe It or Not. In this round, I give the panellists a simple statement. All they have to do is decide whether they think it's true or false. Dave, let's have a look at a clip to illustrate your statistic.
There are many modern cults, but only transcendental meditation will teach you to fly.
It's literally doing this and getting up and doing it. An athlete would obviously be able to get further. The lighter you are to the relationship of the power in your legs, the further you will get.
Yogic flying, then. Here is your related statistic. 36% of Brits think that New Age therapies are utter nonsense. Do you think that's true or false?
I was very skeptical, and then I wasn't feeling well, and they said, try one of those organic coffee enemas. And it worked like $1 million. They threw me out of Starbucks. I can never go back.
But I went to Hong Kong and I was really ill, and I went to a traditional herbalist Chinese shop, and I went in and trying to communicate. I did that stupid thing that we do, and I went, me sore, sore, shiver, shiver. I don't know why, shiver. You have anything for me? He went, night nurse. No.
See, I recently got attuned in Reiki.
Oh, that's channeling.
It's kind of like a healing energy that you are the channel for. And it's really weird because I think it really works.
Sorry, do you want to buy some magic beans?
You can do Reiki as well, can't you?
I used to be a hippie. I've moved on.
What's that? What's that? But Jimmy does Reiki? You make her.
Quite right.
What did she look like that was doing the Reiki?
What does she look like?
Yeah, it was like this gorgeous girl doing Reiki over you. Or was that... I think that makes a big difference with a man. If we were both Reiki instructors, who would make you guys feel better? Come on, shut your eyes. Come on, Howie. Shut your eyes so you won't know who does which first. Now, one of us is going on one side, one of us is going to get on the other side.
Right, you're going to what, heal me?
Which side felt better?
I think the left-hand side felt like it would be slightly more expensive. And the right-hand side felt like if you're on a budget in a hurry, why not? Which side was which?
I was the budget in a hurry.
Thanks.
I wish it had gone further, but you were probably thinking of the calories, weren't you? 36% of Brits think new age therapies are utter nonsense. True or false?
36%. I'd say that's true.
I can tell you the answer is true. Yes, 36% of Brits think new age therapies are utter nonsense. It's sad that they're so cynical, but it's probably just because their chakras are closed. Sean, Vic and Eamon, let's have a look at a clip to illustrate your statistic.
You may have met a few people who like doing this sort of thing. Nuisance, I agree, but pretty hard. You have certainly seen thousands like this. They're not a nuisance. They're a real danger. Stop it! Come here. What do you think you're up to? You've probably infected thousands of people already. What do you think this is for? Close your eyes. Now, handkerchief, sneeze. Handkerchief, sneeze. See what I mean? That's the idea.
Well, that was a public information film about sneezing etiquette. Here is your related statistic. 71% of people say that British manners are worse than they've ever been. True or false?
Piss off. I tell you what really upsets me is minicab drivers. You phone up for a minicab to come to your house and they hoot the horn outside your house. They don't come and knock. They hoot your horn. And suddenly I just feel like I'm his girlfriend or something. I imagine he's sitting there in his car like that. And I'm thinking, don't hoot, come and get me.
People who knock on the door once.
Yeah.
Do you think? Oh, like that? Oh, that's yeah. I can't.
Who does that?
Minicab drivers.
Do they?
If they're not just outside honking the horn, they come in and go... And you go, what is that? There's a pan falling off the shelf.
Joan, do you think we've got better manners than the Americans?
Oh, I think so. Once in the last 21 years, a man opened a car door for me. Once. And we were on the motorway at the time. How with you, bitch?
71% of people say that British manners are worse than they've ever been. Do you think that's true or false?
Is it true?
I can tell you that the answer is true. Yes, 71% of Brits think that manners have never been worse. The other day, I stood up for a pregnant woman on the bus. Well, I wasn't going to fight her sitting down. Every week, 4,000 Britons are hospitalised through DIY accidents. Is that true or false?
I've never met anyone who's been involved in a DIY accident or even heard a story about someone who's been involved in a DIY accident.
Yeah, but you move in the right circles to hear the DIY stories.
I've built stuff.
Yeah?
What have you built?
Nothing.
How about the woman who marries you?
Why?
Because you don't... What do you do, then?
I'm an attractive prospect, Tricia.
Are you good around the house, Emo?
No, my light bulb burns out, I sell the house and move.
I bet Dave does DIY. You look kind of a DIY.
No, I don't, and I think that's probably... You know, people do get hospitalised because men are generally shit at DIY. The ones who are good at DIY do it for a living, basically.
Why are men on this planet if you cannot put out the rubbish into DIY?
OK.
Why are you here?
Bridges, roads, hospitals, everything you can think of that's ever been invented.
Western civilization, in short.
But, Sean, if we don't give you a little bit of how's your father, never mind about building...
How's your father? How is it way back there in the 50s?
I'm trying to be polite on the television. All right...
Have you seen your show?
Never mind building civilisations. You can't last 2 days without a bit of sex.
Listen, you shelf hooer. You're putting out... Is your house just covered in shelves? Your husband's going, it's brilliant. Every time I put one out, she puts up.
He can't. He can do a bit of deal.
Can he?
Yeah.
I bet his shed's fantastic.
His shed is great.
He's got an amazing shed in the garden.
Yeah.
With a combination lock on there, a drawbridge, everything. In the shed, he's got a gun turret. No! I'm in the shed! Yeah, just stuff!
OK, so every week, 4,000 Brits are hospitalised through DIY accidents. Is that true or false?
I think it's an absolute scandal, that statement. It's foul calumny. It's absolute nonsense. Poppycock. Absolute balderdash.
What are you saying? Just give me an answer.
No.
You're saying no. You're saying it's false.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying it's false.
I can tell you that the answer is, in fact, true.
Yeah.
4,000 Brits are hospitalised each week through DIY accidents. I once had a serious DIY accident. The phone rang while I was using a nail gun. OK, Dave, Tricia and Justin, let's have a look at a clip to illustrate your statistic.
What the hell? I'll take care of this. Look, buddy, I don't know who you are, but I'm gonna kick your ass! What are you doing with my wife? What?
Not your wife, mister.
Shut up, Anna. Well, that's it, man.
That's the best episode of Lovejoy ever. Here is your related statistic. 64% of men believe they have a higher pain threshold than women. Is that true or false?
You don't get colds, do you? You get the flu.
Yeah, well, that's not pain, is it? Pain's like getting your caught in your flies. That's real pain.
No, real pain is giving birth. It's like, as Diana Ross once told me, it's like in a frig.
I read in Cosmopolitan, I was in some doctor's surgery, it said the most painful thing that a woman can have done is have the nipples clamped. And I thought, no, having them towed away has got to be worse. But I think, actually, having said all that, women do have a higher pain threshold because they go through all sorts of stuff just to feel and look good. It is all painful stuff you put yourself through just to attract, well, just to look good and feel good. And for us,
you were going to say attract men,
well,
weren't you?
in a way, yeah, in a way. But, I mean, there's a bloke in Lee this week got arrested for shagging a frozen turkey, so, you know what I mean? It's like...
So we're wasting our time, is that what you're saying?
Tricia, you're in a really bad mood tonight, aren't you?
Well, because
everything.
Because I'm the only girl here. No, I'm not. Alex is the other girl.
Do you have a pop at our little Alex?
No, Alex is more of a girl than I am. He's all sweet.
Why would you say I was a girl?
But you're sort of, you know, I can't do it.
Is that your impression of me?
You're sort of...
Are you sitting there doing an impression of me?
Are you sitting there doing a...
No, you're all sort of delicate.
I can be fairly rugged.
Go on, then.
Go ahead. Go ahead, let's have some ruggedness.
Yeah, let's see rugged.
So, anyway, I was watching the football.
Yeah?
Yeah? I don't know I can pull it off. Really?
Yeah, just push me. Just a push.
Hang on. Yeah!
Oh, my hero.
Shut up, Tricia!
The next round is Believe It or Not. I'll give the panellists a simple statement. All they have to do is decide whether they think it's true or false. Dave, Sally and Dave, let's have a look at a clip to illustrate your statistic.
I like being older because I can do what I want whenever I want.
Movies are cheaper.
My husband is all mine. No more competition from the job.
I find in retrospect that I spent a lot of time doing meaningless things for people I didn't really like, for organizations I didn't really believe in.
I can't get pregnant anymore.
Some very old people there. Here is your related statistic. 31% of over 65s believe that their age gives them the right to behave badly. Is that true or false?
That sounds awful, but I think it's true. I think they go, sod it, I'm old, I'm going to moan.
31% of over 65s think they're living in 1944 anyway, don't they? They don't know when they... And they drive that way as well. That's behaving badly. Last time they passed the test was in a Saracen armoured car at El Alamein. Driving in the road, stickers in the back window, I lost a leg at Dunkirk and all that. But they do, they drive as if they're permanently looking for a parking space.
I saw a documentary where this woman, she was 96 and she did wing walking. You know where they go on a plane, in a stunt plane. When she landed, she had the face of a 16-year-old. All the wrinkles had been blown back, down her back, and congregated in her knickers.
I remember driving back from Blackpool once, right?
You've lived a life.
Rock on! And there was an old woman driving the opposite way up the hard shoulder. And I stopped and I said, "Are you all right, love?" "Is this the way to Blackpool?" And I went, "No, you've got to all go that way, and then the other side, they all go that way." And she was just carried on. Honestly,
Well, there's that old story or urban myth about an old woman following her husband up who's coming back on the M65 and saying, "Be careful, I've just had a report on the radio that there's a mad bastard driving the wrong way up the M65. He said, "One mad bastard, there's hundreds."
Oh, it's funny up north, isn't it?
They always go shopping on a Saturday dinner time. They've got all fucking week to go shopping, haven't they? All week. And you're in a hurry on a Saturday dinner time, they're in the queue with the coupons. And do you take Bird's Eye? And do you take... How much is it? £1.75. Give 'em here, £2. F*** off. Go on.
The thing is, Dave, I can't understand why you keep using the word they.
Get back. It's a family show. OK, 31% of the over 65s believe their age gives them the right to behave badly. True or false? What do you think?
I think they think it's true.
We all seem to agree on this.
You think it's true? Well, I can tell you that the answer is false.
Oh, no.
Only 3% of pensioners think that their age gives them the right to behave badly. And the three in question are Foggy, Compo and Clegg. OK, Sean, Julian and Edith, let's have a look at a clip to illustrate your statistic.
Yeah, there's Dick Shepherd just about to attempt to go through our special seaside special van. I think it's well and truly on fire now. Here he comes up to the approach. Here he goes, keep your fingers crossed. And he's through! Well, he's right the way through. It is still on fire. And let's see if he's going to get out all right. We're just all keeping our fingers crossed at this stage. The fire seems to be... No, the fire's still there underneath the bonnet. They're just at this very moment trying to get him out. Yes, there he goes. They're tipping it up. Still very much on fire, I'm afraid. And they're just trying to pull him out right now. Yes, Dick is, I think, all right in there. Yes, he's definitely all right. I can see Dick moving inside there, so everything seems to be all right. Yes, here he comes. He's all right, ladies and gentlemen. There he is, Dick Shepherd. He's made it. A nice round of applause. Well done, Dick.
Dick Shepherd.
You know, people talk about how, like, telly wasn't like it used to be. You know, that was a Saturday night. It was a show called Saturday Special. So the highlight of the show was him driving into a removal van on fire. That was it. That was the finale of the night. You drive into it and then you crawl out. Ta-da!
OK, your related statistic. 21% of men admit to having done something that put their life in danger in order to impress a woman. True or false?
I think it's false, because I think it's higher. Because I think men think that switching off the PlayStation is putting their life in danger.
Julian, has a man ever done anything to impress you?
He did come round to my house driving a Fiat. That did the trick.
Have you?
What, have I ever done anything to impress women?
Watch loose women.
Yeah. I think the best way to impress women is take them to a car boot sale. Get anything you want. Money's no object.
You silver-tongued you.
That glove, have it. There's a dashboard from a Vauxhall Viva there. Take it away, it's yours.
21% of men admit having done something to put their life in danger in order to impress a woman. True or false?
It's true. True.
Well, I can tell you that the answer is true. 21% of men have done something to put their life in danger to impress a woman. Once, driving a girl home, I turned into traffic without checking the blind spot properly. Man, she was turned on. The next round is Believe It or Not. I'll give the panellists a simple statement. All they have to do is decide whether they think it's true or false. Dave, David and Louis, let's have a look at a clip to illustrate your statistic.
The Daily Mirror calls on you.
Who? Us?
Yes, and millions of other young people like you.
Hey, you two, cut it out. You're the Daily Mirror, aren't you? Can't you stop them?
Stop you more like it. What? Well, why spoil their fun?
I never carried on like that.
And look at the mess you made of things. Oh, don't worry about him. The Daily Mirror believes in young people, and that means you.
Well, that was an advert for the Daily Mirror from 1983. Here is your related statistic. 75% of young people say their biggest worry in life is spotty skin. Is that true or false? Louis, what do you think young people worry about?
Did you have spots when you were young?
Very few, yeah. But I got Clearasil.
So did the Mollers.
They didn't have Clarissa when you were young.
They did.
Are there any pop stars with spotty skin?
Mick Hucknall.
Mick Hucknall's spotty.
It's not good looking.
No one knows if he's spotty because no one's been able to look for long enough. Vic's not taking a great part in this round, but...
I found it on the floor. There was a bit of loose... you know, this stuff on the floor. So I thought, you know, why miss out on an opportunity like that?
It's a golden opportunity. True or false?
If you're at that age where you're getting spotty skin, that's adolescence, puberty, and there's all the things that go with that. Like chatting up girls, and you think they'll be amused if you do that thing on the back of the knee that makes the leg collapse. I did it to Christine Argy's in the dinner queue once. She had a tray, and I did both knees.
What were you worried about when you were young? Because you told me you were very confused when you were young. How do you resolve those issues?
Just stop it.
You'd love it if I kissed you.
No, I wouldn't.
You would love it. You just need to try it.
I don't know whether this is the forum.
It is. I am ready. Let me just give you a little kiss.
No.
You kissed Louis earlier.
Well, you kissed my knee earlier as well, so...
I want to work up your body.
Right, 75% of young people say their biggest worry in life is spotty skin. What do you think?
I'd say it's true.
You think it's true? OK, well, I can tell you that the answer is true. Sean, Vic and Christian. Let's have a look at a clip to illustrate your statistic.
For Tony, it's audition time on Star Quality. Incredible what you can do in 60 seconds.
That was Tony Rudd. I know what you're thinking. No, that was Michael Jackson. No, it was Tony Rudd.
But that guy's not even a Jackson looky-like, sound-alikey, look-alikey. He's just not in anything at all alikey. He's like a vaguey, bitty, tiny bitty likey.
OK, your related statistic is as follows. 36% of obsessive fans would be willing to swap a family member for their hero. Is that true or false?
Swap a member of my family for an obsessive fan, though, wouldn't you? I'd quite like to have any obsessive fans. I bet you have. Yeah. No, well, I've had one who wrote to me every week for 18 months and begged me to marry her, and said she was being sent off to Bangladesh to be married off by her dad, and I was her only chance. And she said, I'll meet you outside Luton Station at 3 o'clock on Friday, and I never turned up, felt a bit guilty, and the letter stopped. The letters stopped, and I thought, oh, poor girl, she's been sent off. And after my first day on Channel 4 News, I got a letter from her, this was a year later, saying, I wasn't really sent off to be married, I was just saying that to make you jealous.
And you married her?
I married her, no.
The trouble with Luton Station, there's 2 exits, isn't there? It's very easy.
Who's your hero?
My hero's Madonna.
If you had to, David, who would you swap for Madonna?
My dad. Is it all right if I have this now?
Where did you get that from?
I got it from the room. I'm hungry. I didn't have time to properly eat. I'm having a banana. Get on with the show. I'm going to finish it. You might as well get on with the show.
So 36% of obsessive fans would be willing to swap a family member for their hero. Do you think it's true or false?
We think it's true.
Well, I can tell you that the answer is false. Oh. In fact, 72% of obsessive fans would be willing to swap a family member for their hero. Fair enough. If I could broker a deal to swap my Auntie Gladys for David Beckham, I would. I'm not a massive fan of Beckham's or anything. I'd just like to see our midfield improved. The next round is Believe It or Not. In this round, I'll give the panellists a simple statement, and all they have to do is decide whether they think it's true or false. Dave, Fiona and Jason are to go first. To illustrate their statistic, let's have a look at a clip of an animal psychic channeling the spirit of a dolphin.
Dr. Tuba, welcome, dear friends. It is our great delight and pleasure to be able to share this time and this space with you. You, dear friends, within human form, we within dolphin form.
OK, here is your related statistic. 52% of Brits would like to be reincarnated as a dolphin rather than any other animal. True or false?
I don't know why anybody would want to come back as an animal. You know, we're human. You know, we're the best animal in the world. As a human, I only want to come back as a human because I'm #1, or a unicorn.
I'm not sure you get
Yeah, because people love horses, don't they? They love horses. Imagine how much they'd love a flying horse. Imagine that. And if they didn't love you, fly off.
It's a very good point, Jason. What would you guys want to come back as?
I could probably come back as a daddy longlegs, live for 6 hours and some pulls your wings off. That'd be my luck. Or I'd come back as a dolphin in a fish pool in Blackpool. Somebody going, right, you, jump or you won't get a pilchard.
Dolphins have got the edge for me, I think. They are very sexually active dolphins. They have group sex. They do all that. And the penis is prehensile. They can pick stuff up and carry it. That's brilliant, that. Like a bit of flower arranging. Look at that.
Jermaine, what would you come back as?
I will come back as a host of recycled nutrients, fungus and bacteria, and that suits me fine.
You know, it's a comedy show, Jermaine. 52% of Brits would like to be reincarnated as a dolphin rather than any other animal. True or false?
But we're having a round now.
False. So you're going for false?
2-1. False.
OK. Well, I can tell you that the answer is false. Yes, it's actually 13% that would like to come back as a dolphin. Of course, lots of people don't believe in reincarnation, but I think you may as well. You only live once. Right, OK. Sean, Phil and Jermaine, let's have a look at a clip to illustrate your statistic.
$720.
$720. All our bids are locked in. Good luck to you all. Our prize, $799. Merry wins.
You all right? You should have seen Jermaine when she found out she was coming on this show. That was the Australian Price is Right. Here is your related statistic. 67% of game show contestants describe appearing on television as the most exciting thing that has ever happened to them. True or false?
She looked horrified. She's like she'd been given, you know, tickets for a dinner with Mick Hucknall or something.
It's called hysterics, isn't it?
Yeah.
They should have slugged her. Bam! Would have put an end to that.
Yeah.
What kind of a feminist are you?
I would slug you if you had hysterics.
Will you? Do I have to have hysterics? How about if I'm just cheeky? Female eunuch, this.
Oh, I don't want to be here. The thing about game shows, they always say to contestants, don't they? They always say to them, you know, there's a funny thing happened to you once, didn't they?
Oh, yeah.
With biscuits or something.
Yeah.
And there you go, oh, yes, yeah, I bought some rich tea and I got them home and it turned out, I forgot you've got it wrong, actually, but we like digestives. And those are the usual stories they tell. So you can see that actually the anecdotes they have in their life are so pitiful that television probably would blow their minds.
Jermaine, you were on one, though, weren't you? You were on Big Brother. Was it the most exciting thing that's ever happened to you?
No.
What was?
Almost anything else. I loathed it. And they make up rules that you consider yourself bound by, and then they change them. And they make it as hard as they can.
This was Big Brother, wasn't it? Not your days in Guantanamo. What do you think, Sean?
I think it's absolutely spot on, Jimmy. That statistic isn't a statistic, it's a fact. Well, I'm staring down the barrel of the truth there. And I'm saying yes.
I can tell you that the answer is false.